It is now a trend in the country for schools to use sports as a way of advertising. Meanwhile, as the schools seek to be known, the individual sportsmen, especially those who lack school fees, benefit by studying on bursaries. However, this comes with the challenge of having to balance both sports and academics. Julia Nawino and Fina Namutebi are both netball players and students at St. Noah Girls' School in Zana. The duo defied the odds and earned first grades in last year's Uganda Certificate of Education exams.
Performing is kind of hard, and being a sports lady, it's tiresome because you go back to class when you are tired, coming on court, the coach wants you to produce what he told you, and in class you have to write notes. It's kind of hard, but if you balance,
I would spend less time sleeping, and most times I would feel sleepy. But the only time, in most cases, if I see it's too much, I would sleep at break time. That break time I sleep. But still, I got very many challenges from my friends who were like, that you overstrain your brain, you overdo this, you overdo this.
Like her counterparts, Patience Namutosi, a handball player at Chibuli Secondary School, who earned 15 points in mathematics, entrepreneurship, and geography, says it's always not easy for sports students to perform well in class.
Coping notes was a tough challenge. Understanding what they had taught was another challenge, because you have to understand what they taught, you have to understand what they are teaching right about that time. You have to be, I don't know, it was tough. It was really tough, because you could go for games, you come back, they have covered a lot, especially in mathematics. They could cover a lot. You come back, you have to understand what they have covered, you have to understand what they are covering right at that time. You could come back with injuries, but forego all the injuries, because you know what you want. I was determined to get what I want.
However, the students say it takes a hard-working person to excel in both fields.
Hard work, determination, thinking about home, thinking about home background, thinking about my parents, thinking about my post in school, thinking about, I always wanted to make a good reputation where I always studied from. In that environment, if I move from somewhere, I be an example.
During my break time, I utilize it very well. I make sure a half of the break, I go for break, and the rest, I go and consult teachers. And then also the same thing happened to lunch. In most cases, if we have training after lunch, I make sure I do whatever I'm doing very fast, but I can't just allow my lunch time to just go like that. I have to make sure I utilize that time, because being a sports lady needs you are accurate, you have that speed.
everything it's out of hard work. You can't get a first grade by sleeping, jazzing. You have to work hard. You have to move a mile ahead to get what you want.
Jonathan Seguja is the netball coach at St. Noah Girls' Secondary School, Zana. He says a coach, like a classroom teacher, has a lot to do with the sports students' performance.
I told them, if you have missed a paper after the game or after the match, you can do that paper. That is how actually we have managed to perform well. And I do encourage them a lot. And I sit with them as a parent. We talk a lot, academics, even the discipline, how they should behave.
Richard Semudu, the deputy head teacher at St. Noah, says schools need to help their sports students to excel for the benefit of their future by putting in place a program that enables them to catch up with the rest of the students after their sports activities.
We need to prepare them right from this time so that at least if they perform well academically, they are able to become some important personnel in the future. People with responsibilities, responsible people in society. So we have to make sure. Sometimes it is not by their wish, but we force them to study. Sometimes. But with time, again, they cope up and they develop another kind of attitude, a positive attitude towards academics, and they end up excelling.
Apparently, Julia Nawino wants to continue with science subjects at HSC and become a doctor, while her counterparts, Fina Namutebi and Patience Namutosi, want to become an architect and an accountant respectively.